Oh, wow. Fantastic. Hello, welcome to Inside Unsigned. Today we are joined by the Big Dirty. Possibly the sexiest thing to come out of Northampton since the Doc Martin boots.
So we want to get to know you, so introduce yourselves please and tell us a bit about the band.
I'll tell you what, I'll take the lead on it. I'm Johnny Rocket, I'm the lead singer of the band. I've been with the guys.
I'm Toby. Hi, I'm Toby. Hey, this is T, Big Dirty.
Toby,
Toby drummer.
Big Dirty.
Yeah, and JC is the bassist, and C Diddy, who unfortunately isn't here at the moment, he is our guitarist slash producer slash kind of everything else basically. He is the man behind the music. Between him and JC, they do most of the riffage together, don't you? The pre-writing. I just kind of come along with the finished product and put a few lyrics down, and then take all the glory on stage. So pretty much like typical lead singer.
Tell us, how did you get together? What's the history?
I mean, the Big Dirty, the actual name originated, what was it, Cutler, like 13 years ago?
Yeah, a long time ago.
We were like, we weren't doing music at the time. We were in bands when we were kids, and then we were like, oh, should we get a little band together? It was when MySpace was still around, and then we got naked, didn't we? We got drunk and we all got naked, and that picture's still about somewhere. And it was just myself, JC, and a very old guitarist called Chum, and we just took a lot of pictures. We wrote a couple of songs, put them on MySpace, and then it died. And then about 2013, we started writing music again. We did the Big Dirty, the original Big Dirty, for a couple of years. It wasn't what it is now. It was kind of
The Last of Us, then, wasn't it, as well?
We recorded The Last of Us start with, then changed to Big Dirty. And the music style was very different, wasn't it? What was it? Was it more kind of... It wasn't glam rock, was it? It was kind of...
No, it's rock, but then also a bit alternative and a bit
alternative, hard rock. Didn't really have a style. And it kind of just all went to shit, didn't it? Like, no one gave a shit. Like, we kind of got bored, and we were sort of coming to the end. And then we got to a point where our guitarist kind of left. We're still good friends with him, but he left. And at the time, Chris, we knew, because if you've seen the Rhythm of My Drum video that we did with Giant Dwarf, Chris did the score for that video, the opener. He that's what he does. He does like that work as well on the side. And he did the score for it, so we kind of knew him through that. We knew he played guitar, and we said, do you want to join a band? And he was like, yeah. So we joined, and then we found Toby. I don't know where we found him. Cutler found him somewhere. I don't know where he came
somewhere.
From. Yeah, just somewhere
Sheepfield,
fragile and naked. And we kind of put the ad out, we got Toby in, and we sort of sat down, we said, right, what do we want to do? What direction do we want to go in? We started writing, and it kind of went, I don't know, it's hard to say, isn't it? It's sort of glam, kind of old school. Yeah.
I remember being after our first gig in King Billy, and we dressed up a little bit, and we sat around a table, and we went, if we're going to dress like this, we need to just either go 100% or nothing. And we went, fuck it, let's just absolutely commit to being the most outrageous twats we can be.
That's it. So it's not, so it's not, and it's weird, it's not like we deliberately go out of our way to look glam. It's just like the most outrageous clothes that we can find. And it's not like a joke, like it's fun. We don't take ourselves too seriously, but we always say we take the craft really seriously. So the more wild shit we can find, like I love wearing the tights. We have a company that we use, and they make us all different tights. I've got these new ones coming that are like covered in unicorns, and it's fucking awesome. And anything that we can find that's a little bit out there and a little bit outrageous, we like to wear. But it's not, we're not a parody band by any means like that. We're not a joke band. Like the stuff, if you hear the music, if you see the live show, I think you'll be really happy. I'm not just trying to blow smoke up anyone's ass. I think we have a good product, and we've got the whiskey cannon, and we're getting a CO2 cannon for this year's show. So we're getting that ordered in, so we can ice blast the crowd and shit like that. So it's really fucking cool.
Point blank.
Yeah,
absolutely. I've never been to a show, but read about them. They sound amazing. What's the kind of wildest thing that's happened at a show?
We used to have a guy that used to follow us around, and he used to get naked every show. Sam, yeah, he used to come. He used to go into the toilet, and during Rhythm of My Drum, he would just pop out, and he'd just come on stage and be got naked.
Yeah, literally.
yeah. Things like that happen. Obviously, when Winona, that's our whiskey pistol, when she comes out, it gets very messy. So, that's always really cool. And like I said, we're adding the CO2 cannon to it. There's always stuff going on. Yeah. I mean, it's a pretty wild show, isn't it, really? You've got some new clothes coming, haven't you, for the shows? The good thing about Toby is he fits into, like, cat suits and shit like that. So you can
I've got a new snakeskin, like, boiler suit. It's all one. And I showed my wife, and she was like, "Nah, babes, that's too much." But we just went away to Cornwall on our little honeymoon, and I made her do like a little photo shoot of me in the woods.
Oh, send us the photos. We'll put them on.
Yeah, we need.
Yeah, I'll send you them. They're pretty out there. And they turned out well. But yeah, I think normally in a band, for me, you normally get that one person in the band that's like, "Oh, I'm not doing that. I'm not going there for a gig, or I'm not going to wear that." Whereas, the Big Dirty, all the boys here, they're all like, "No, you fucking put that leopard on and you wear it and you rock it, you own it."
Yeah, that's what it is.
It's just getting more and more outrageous.
That's it. It's just owning what we do.
Yeah,
it is. Yeah, and there's no one that's like against it, is there?
Nah,
which is the best thing.
I was going to ask you, you mentioned it then, like you made a conscious decision to be kind of, quote unquote glam hair metal style band. But we've included you on our playlist, Great Unsigned Heavy Metal. You're not really a heavy metal band as such. We'll see yourself like obviously not a parody band, but you're raunchy, definitely a bit raunchier than The Darkness, for example. It's kind of like, where you sort of pitch yourself.
We've asked ourselves this question so many times, and the only way we can describe ourselves is just a rock band. Well, that's why we came up with the term sex rock, because we couldn't, because we have so many we like to throw so many like twists in it. Like we'll be like the sex rock, old glam sort of style, and all of a sudden we go into like a super dropsy, heavy riff with like real rough vocals, and we love to just throw sort of curveballs in
Under
there.
the Crimson Moon isn't really sexual. That's kind of more of a solemn kind of a take on our music.
Like straight up, bro.
Yeah, it's hard to say. Is it like we've written a song today called Fireflies? It's like an acoustic piece that we're going to probably put to a rock edge as well, but it's really different to anything we've done. But then we've got another song coming out called War Cry, which is proper sex rock again, isn't it? It's kind of.
We like to mix things up and keep. We don't like to stick to one thing.
Yeah, we don't try and stick to a genre. We just write what and if we think that sounds fucking cool, then let's go with it. I mean, we have a style, but and I think we're writing the next album now. We're going to try and make it a bit more of a mix, so it's not as crude as the sex. But I mean, I love the sex, but it's great. But you do limit yourself when you're singing about, washing your teeth with my white creamy paste and shit like that. Do you know what I mean? Like you're not going to be getting Radio 1 airplay when you got that coming out. But
I was thinking
we're very aware of not writing an album again like the sex, but it's just about sex, because once you do it twice, then you just pigeonholed yourself into doing that.
Yeah, so I think it wasn't all about sex, but it was kind of it was introducing the sex was mainly to introduce everyone to who we were, what we're all about. And then at the end of the day, we write what we write. People will either like us or they won't, and that's fine. We're not going to deliberately try and sort of cater to a specific audience. It is what it is. We're not going to pigeonhole ourselves. I think the reaction seems to be good at the moment, really good. So hopefully this next album will do better than the last one. So yeah, I'm really happy.
I was going to ask you about Under the Crimson Moon, because it is, and I'd noticed, I was thinking, hang on a minute, this isn't about sex, what's it about? And then you're like, maybe she's on her period. And that's the Crimson Moon.
Yeah, she's on the rag, we got the towels out.
Yeah.
No, it's not. It's about it. We wrote it ages ago. It was about. We actually wrote it a couple of years back and kind of shelved it.
The 5 years concept, ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, the original concept was. It's like and it's sort of like reflected in the video. So it's about a serial killer going through chord. Kind of, he's got somebody with him. Either it could be a woman and a man, or a man and a woman. But he's going through all the emotions of like how he wants her to look and how he wants her or how she wants him to be. And then it kind of flips towards the end, and he's kind of reliving what he's done, which is when it all goes a bit mental. So it was kind of just a little bit of a different concept than we thought. That could be cool. You know, it's more of a standalone single, isn't it, JC? We're not 100% sure if we're definitely gonna have it on the album
or not. No.
Yeah, or not. It was just, you know, we were getting to the end of lockdown. We were struggling to get together because of restrictions, and we didn't want to take the piss, because there's a lot of bands that are going through all this shit, and it's not fair if we start meeting up. It wouldn't be fair, you know, on everyone that's suffering, and it wouldn't be fair on the rest of the industry. So we were like, look, we've got this song anyway. We can try and meet up in small sections and groups, like one-on-one, and do recording. And then the video was kind of filmed separately, so there's never one scene when we're all together, because it was filmed like all separate scenes. So yeah, I think, and it's done really well. A lot of people really like it, and it kind of shows a different side to us, which is cool. You know, if you look at the 3 singles leading up to the Sex, you know, Dirty Rider and Whiskey Pistol are very much kind of sleazy, and then you had Sensual Lover, which was kind of, it fitted in quite well, but that showed a different side to us. And this is just another polarization of what we do.
But we're planning, like, we've even spoke about doing like dance rock albums at one point, haven't we? And we're like, I'd look like an EP when me and you were Chris. We did that dance track with Chris, yeah. You did that dance track with Chris, but I'd love to do like a dance, just an EP, 3 tracks, to just throw curveballs out there to people from what they expect.
I think, well, yeah. I mean, we'll have to say about that. Like,
mate, me and Chris are all game for that, mate.
Yeah, I mean, Swine. To be fair, Swine, that's coming out in when's that coming out? In June. That's different to anything we've ever done. But it was for a project. It was a specific project. So we were asked to do it by Giant Dwarf Productions, who did Rhythm of My Drum. And they kind of said, look, we want to showcase Northampton's talent. We want to kind of put ourselves on the map and everyone involved. So would you be willing to write a song and with a couple of our artists? And we don't care. We're not arrogant to anything. So we were like, yeah, that's fine by us. And we wrote the song about 2.5 years ago. And it's like, it's a rock song. It's a really cool song, but it's got 2 rappers as well. And it goes together really well. It's very kind of Americanized, but it's really cool. And it's gone from being a 4-minute song to being a 22-minute short film. So it's fucking crazy. Honestly, the stuff these guys have done, it's like a little Michael Bay action movie. The stuff they've got going on in there is insane.
Oh, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like explosions and gunfights and vans driving through walls, all sorts of
powers.
Loads of people setting on fire, like pigs, like giant pigs exploded into cash. Just, it's something on another level for like our kind of level, you know, where we are in the industry is crazy.
And what's your writing process?
Well, normally me or Chris will come up with some sort of base foundation to a song idea, and then we'll get together and we'll build on it from there. And then we'll sort of bring James in, but we never really write in a practice room together. We're all very much like ideas, and we piece it together, and then we all meet up in a practice room and just hash it out for hours until it just clicks, and that's how it works. But because we're all so varied ideas, like we all listen to such different types of music, and my riff will be so different from like Chris's or James's melody idea, it takes a while to bring it together because there's so many different influences coming in, but when it clicks, it's really good. But so it normally starts with like a foundation from me and Chris and sort of builds upon from there.
Toby just comes in. I don't think Toby's been in much, has he? A lot of the drums are programmed in the first album, but this album we said.
Well, we were already halfway through recording it before Toby joined the band the first album. Yeah. So then it was a conscious decision of, do we then start recording live drums halfway through, but then the continuity between the tracks doesn't really work. Yeah. So what we did is then we sort of, all the tracks were programmed, but we brought Toby in to basically program them all to what he would have played. Right. So it wasn't ideal because we would obviously like Toby to be on there, but everything now going forward, we've got the full set for live drums, so everything you're going to hear now is live going forward.
Yeah, and now want to kind of experiment with Chris as well and see what kind of crazy sounds we can create in a live way, like bands used to, as opposed to, you know, general MIDI sounds will get a bit weird in the studio, I'm sure. But yeah, I'm really.
And that's before they start recording drums.
Yeah, then we'll do some music
things
after
are going
all
to get
that.
weird in that studio.
Yeah, you hear some random moans and wails in it, and that's them experimenting, and then they'll start recording the drums before.
The quality of the recording on the sets is fantastic, and it's all DIY, right? So Chris, man,
Yeah.
All CD.
Recorded in a studio though, or presumably, or do you go around his house?
He's got it's basically a shed, a very nice shed that they've converted into an actual. He's converted into a.
It's like a double garage.
Yeah, he's converted it all into a studio. He's got a sound booth in there, everything, and he's a perfectionist, like to the T. Like there's loads of things I'm like, yeah, that sounds cool. And he's like, no, and he'll do it like 4 or 5 more times. You know, it'll be like, sing that again, sing that again, sing that again. And I mean, with the amount of songs we actually scrapped for the sex, because, you know, we recorded and we got to the point where they were pretty much ready to go. Basically, they were, and then it was like, no, it's not. I'm not happy with it, and we'd scrap it. And we've been recording for like a month on it. But it's great because he won't let anything go out unless it's kind of got his seal of approval of it. And he's very passionate about what he does, and he takes it very seriously. So, you know, that's one of the things we got a lot of compliments on with the album, actually, from the reviews. Even if it was a review that weren't particularly fond of the album, they still said generally that the production and the sound quality of it was fantastic. And I'm really happy with that. I think Chris did a fantastic job with that.
Yeah, and that's hats off to Chris for that. It really is, because it's in his parents' back garden, so we'll go around there, and then his dad will be sat in the jacuzzi with like a glass of wine and the cigars, and walking up, and we're like, this is rock and roll. And we're going, he was like, we're strolling halfway through recording in his Speedos with a cigar in his mouth, like, how you doing, boys? We're like, we're mate. Just really
yeah. It'll be, I'm sure him and his dad are in that jacuzzi now in their Speedos with cigars in their mouths.
Yeah. Hopefully cigars, anyway. So.
So are you looking for artwork then for your...
Yeah,
we're always
everything. Yeah. Anyone we like finding like different people that do different things. So we had one specific person that worked on that artwork for the whole last album, but we like to mix it. We want something completely different vibe. So we're up for anything, just like experimenting, getting wild with stuff. So definitely
loads of stuff.
I bet you just can't wait to get out there gigging again.
I can't.
It's literally been 84 years. It's been 84 years.
It's Titanic. It's been 84 years.
84 years.
We did a little show last year. It was an acoustic set because of sound issues or whatever. So it was just myself, JC, and C Diddy, and that was nice to be back on stage. We were with. Do you know Empire? Have you heard of Empire?
There's a bell, but I can't say.
Yeah, they're quite big on that sort of new wave of classic rock scene, and they're really cool. They're another Northampton band, so we did a show with them, and it was really nice.
They're obviously not as sexy as we are, though. They're nowhere near as sexy.
I don't think they'll mind saying that, though, will they? I don't think they'll mind us saying that.
I think they'd admit that themselves, to be fair. But they're good.
I think that's like putting, you know, an obvious thing on, though, isn't it? They're like, well, it's, you know, we never would have said we were as sexy as you. But anyway, getting back to this, so we did the show, and then we haven't done anything since, have we? We've only just managed to get back in the studio and actually start practicing, because that was a funny thing, because we haven't practiced the sex until the last sort of month, and it came out like a year ago almost, like less than that, because we haven't been able to get together all this, you know. Basically, so we haven't been able to do any of that. So it's been really nice, and I just can't wait to get back on stage. And the gigs are starting to rack up now. We've got I mean, we're on tour next year. We've got Gravity Festival next year. We've got Call the Wild this year, which is really cool, and Swine. And we've got quite a few coming in later on the year, but we're not allowed to talk about it at the moment, are we? No. It's going really, really well, which we're really chuffed about. So it's nice, because we were like, lockdown was shit for every band, man. It kind of grinded the whole music industry to a halt, didn't it?
Yeah.
So, you know, especially the live industry. So, and this is what bands thrive off. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's about being on stage, and for us, it's that's one of the main pulls is the stage show. Do you know what I mean? That's what we live for. You know, I want to get dressed up. I want to get the wild makeup on.
Yeah.
You know, get the cannon out and just have a good time. So we got Swine, like I say, next month, and I can't wait. I'm so buzzing for that show. It's going to be so awesome.
Problem is, we started playing the album now and rehearsing it, and we've realised we can't play Ed's songs. So we're at a stage now where we wrote all these songs separately because of lockdown, and now we've got together and we're like, well, we actually can't play any of them, so we don't know what we're going to gig. Yeah.
What the fuck we're going to do? We're just going to have to do like Wicked Game over and over again. On the first album.
Just do some Beatles covers or something. We'll be able to play that.
Why can't you play them? Are they really hard?
Just forgot.
But well, it's some of them are alright, but some of them we came together and was like, oh, actually, Toby needs a double bass pedal for this. So he's gone and bought a double bass pedal.
He's just bought the double bass pedal now, and they're like the
my
best
other one got
songs.
stolen actually. Just fucking devastated.
Oh,
You did have it
The
stolen.
one you've just got.
No, one last
He
year.
didn't have it stolen. We were packing up to go somewhere, and we packed everything, and he just left it on the sidewalk. So it wasn't really stolen. He just left it in, and he drove away.
And my cymbals, and I'm still not over it actually. So
Yeah. So, but obviously I think we're gonna be getting some heavy practicing over the next sort of 4 weeks, aren't we? So, fingers crossed we'll be up to scratch once we get on that stage. It'll be fine.
Right.
If not, hopefully everyone's just too drunk that they don't care anyway. So,
just get him drunk with a whiskey cannon before we start.
It will sound better. Just keep drinking.
bring that whiskey with you.
Yeah, Fireball whiskey. That's what we use. And that's what I'm looking forward to again. I'm looking forward to gigs as well. That's the thing as well, because with the shows, like we never shoot off after a show, so we always stick around for like I usually book the next day off, and then we'll drink with everyone and we'll party. So it's nice to be able to see everyone again. I've missed a lot of our like fans and people that come to the shows and stuff like that. Like we see them on Facebook, but it's never the same. So I mean, I really hope that the country kind of comes out what we're going through, obviously, and everyone's safe. But yeah, I'm just buzzing to see everyone again, man. It'd be great to make it in a band, but the main thing, I really enjoy being in the Big Dirty. It's like a lot of fun. Do you know what I mean? Like we don't take, we have fun as well as there's a serious side of it, and it can be
It's like
stressful.
four mates just doing what we like, innit? We don't like
That's it.
We never.
Like, we
do
like
argue
crazy.
all the
Yeah,
time,
we
but it's
argue
never
like
serious
massively.
arguing. It's never.
Yeah. It always ends like I lost count of how many times I've left our WhatsApp group, and then like the next day I'm like, oh shit, I better go back in there now.
It's like a Piers Morgan door slam when he leaves and goes out the exit door from the studio.
Yeah, that is me. Like every Saturday when I've had a couple of pints and I'm like, we haven't done this. I was like, well, fuck you, I'm leaving. I was like, James has left the group, and then the next day it's like, can you invite me back into that group, please? So sorry, everything. But yeah, that's just how it is. But I think it's great. It's like a brotherhood, isn't it? We all get along really well. I mean, JC and I went to school together, and we're all similar ages as well. We're all like very early 20s. So
Yeah, we're well young. We've got years left, and we're good.
Rock and roll keeps you young, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That's what it is. Yeah, exactly. It ages our wives terribly, but we're very youthful and fresh, aren't we, Toes?
Yeah.
I was just going to say, is there anything we haven't asked you that you want to tell us?
There's things that we would like to say, but we're not allowed to at the moment. But I don't know. Cutler, Jake.
You haven't asked us whether we're wearing trousers, and the answer to that is no. I was expecting that question, and I'm not. Or pants, just my vest. So
I'm going to get my ass out because I put it on especially.
I think you should.
I think it should. I love it. I love that cow.
Oh, I like
That cow died a glorious death. I think that's
I'd
amazing.
smack that cow. I'd smack that cow.
I'd squeeze its
I'd
udders.
smack that.
We've got the album coming out. We've got shows coming out, and I suppose you can find us on all the social medias. But it's we got Spotify, Amazon, Google Play for the album, and then we've got a YouTube. Oh, baby, YouTube. Sorry,
We do. We do. Big Cartel.
yeah.
The bit.
What's the link? Send us the link. We'll put the link down
We'll
below.
send you the
Okay,
link
I
on
will.
here. Yeah, we got like
It's something.
hoodies, stuff like that.
Yeah. It's Big Cartel Dirty, Big Dirty Rock Dirty, or something. I don't know. I'll send you the link.
We'll send you the link. We started getting people with tattoos now as well, which is really cool. I'm really happy with that. Like, we got a couple of people that have got Big Dirty tattoos out of the blue, which is nice. I haven't even got one yet.
It has
Sorry.
been an absolute blast and giggles talking to you lot. And we'll have
Thank you.
Yeah, we'll definitely be coming to your gigs. So I want to get a load of whiskey cannon.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm gonna take. We usually we just blast it in people's faces, but it's quite powerful. It's like a big super soaker, and it's got all like pink gems on it and shit. Now we've done it ourselves. But remember the last time I hit some woman in their eyes, and she was like, ah, and I was like, oh fuck. And then we played a wedding. Oh god, we played a wedding. This fan's wedding. They asked us to play, and we went, and it was mental. Like Elliot.
We expected it to be like a biker rally festival. We were like,
it was like a proper wedding. It was like everyone was in really nice suits.
It was like
I was steaming. I was on stage with this whiskey can. I was so hammered. Forgot all the lyrics to all the songs. Like even like My Sharona, I couldn't remember any of it. And I just got the whiskey can out, and I was just blasting the crowd. And I went to blast the bride got it all down her dress. This poor bloke who was trying to stay out of it, someone ducked as I went to shoot him, and he went over them and into his face. I was like, oh fuck. So we're going to start taking like goggles. I've got like these special goggles. I'm going to hand everyone out a pair of goggles. Yeah, just throwing goggles out to the crowd. But yeah, you'll love it, man. It'll be awesome. Like, it's really friendly atmosphere, and we have a lot of fun. You know, people. I know we come across as knobheads on these Zoom calls, but generally we're nice guys, and we're good fun to be around.
Other than the fact that people need PPE for your gigs. So.
Brilliant.
Make sure you bring your orange and your hard hat and your steel toe cap boots. Yeah. You'll survive the night. Yeah, you'll have a good time.
Fantastic. Well, yeah, thanks for your time, guys. It's been amazing talking to you, and looking forward to whatever the secret news is that you're not telling us.
Okay.
Whatever that is. Yeah, you're super active on socials and always interactive.
Toby's having a sex change. That's what it is. He's becoming a man. Bless him.
I'm doing it.
We will release it. I think we'll talk more about everything that's coming up. We just
in the months,
in the coming months, there'll be things that we discuss.
Big things,
get things in line.
Big dirty.
Yeah.
Yes.
Headline.
Yes.
Brilliant. And so now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's
this.
And now.
Let's have sex.
Yeah. That's how we do our Zoom calls.
Let's listen to Under the Crimson Moon.